presented by Seat77.com. As always, Dave Dabbah is coming to you live from the Super Plus Seat 77 broadcast studio in the heart of Silicon Valley. Now, Dave Dabbah.
North America, thanks for tuning in to the Dave Dabbah Big Show. And now for a quick rundown of the world of sports. Today, we begin with yet another ban in your National Football League. Or as Roger Goodell might call it, another glorious day in the office. This time, the NFL set its sights on NBC's Mike Tirico, who recently jumped ship for ESPN to NBC Sports. Now, the controversy revolves around the NFL not allowing Tirico to call a handful of NBC's Thursday night football games. Okay, so for a moment, imagine you are an NBC executive and you have to walk into a boardroom and explain that despite the fact that you just paid $225 million for the rights to broadcast just 5 Thursday night football games, you are not allowed to decide who actually gets to call the games. Look, I'm beginning to think that the NFL has several ex-KGB agents held up from the Cold War in the bottom of the basement of their National Football League headquarters. So here's what the NFL actually said. We like the idea of having the same booth announcers from Sunday night and Sunday afternoon to carry over to Thursday, said Brian McCarthy, the NFL's latest VP of Communications. We're hoping for that same magic Sunday Night Football has with Al and Chris to carry over to Thursday night. Look, this is actually an amazing story, and here's why. Imagine if you just purchased 5 El Pollo Locos, you know, the fast food habit worth having, and corporate came in after you dropped like $20 million to sell flame-broiled crazy chicken and told you who you could and couldn't hire. You'd be like, fuck you, you crazy chicken people. I just paid $20 million and I'm going to hire who I want to hire. So look, the only reasonable explanation I can come up with is that the NFL must still be extremely mad that Tirico left Monday Night Football, which is bad for everyone except for the new Monday Night Football announcer, Sean McDonough. Now, for those of you that haven't heard him broadcast a game, I can tell you that he is the only broadcaster in all of North America who can make Michael Jordan sound boring. Seriously, ESPN, or as Adam Sandler would call it, ESPN. Sean McDonough was the best you could do for Monday Night Football. Trust me, Howard Cosell is looking down at this saying, what an unbelievable, mitigated disaster Monday Night Football has turned into. Okay, so I got to tell you, a really poor Howard Cosell impersonation, but you get the point. Look, McDonough is one of those classic broadcasters who allegedly hasn't laughed since that 70s show went off the air. Sean is as dry as a classic Napa Valley Red. The only thing entertaining to watch during this year's upcoming Monday Night Football season to see if John Gruden can really survive a whole season of being ignored and bored to death by McDonough. Seriously, just watch when John Gruden starts talking about some quarterback like he's headed to the Hall of Fame. Gruden will pull out a bunch of fantastic one-liners, and Sean will completely ignore everything Gruden says. Look, I'm not saying McDonough is a narcissist, but during broadcast games, he certainly acts like one. Trust me, McDonough will only talk about topics he brings up. Gruden will inject, and McDonough will ignore him like a child who isn't listening. Damn it, little Timmy. I said go to your room. It's fucking bedtime, little Timmy. Okay, so getting back to Mike Tirico. Maybe the NFL was bitter with Tirico for leaving Monday Night Football, and they have decided to blackball Tirico from calling prime time games. Mike is by far one of the most entertaining broadcasters around, and let's face it, Al Michaels has been in and out of retirement homes since joining NBC. Look, did you happen to catch Al Michaels during the Olympics? Well, and I had to say, and judging by NBC's Olympic ratings, you didn't. Now, I can tell you that I did catch Al a few times, and he couldn't wait to send it to commercial break. Hey, NBC, all Al wants to do is show up on Saturday night, have a $70 piece of prime rib, call a game on Sunday, head back to his mansion by Monday morning so he can continue to day trade. Now look, reports from around the National Football League have indicated that Al has no desire to do double duty. Look, covering 2 games a week apparently just cuts too deep into his tanning salon schedule. So if you're NBC, what do you do? Well, the answer is simple, and that is you cower to the National Football League. Look, what the NFL wants, the NFL gets, and you better get used to it. But I have to say that I think the NFL is underestimating how unbelievably good Tirico is, and keeping Mike in the public spotlight is a good thing for all parties involved. Look, I guarantee NBC signed up Tirico not to cover the Olympics because they felt he was a good replacement for Al in the Sunday night booth, which is yet another reason why having him broadcast a handful of Thursday night games makes a ton of sense for the National Football League and NBC. Look, I have to say, by the time Thursday night rolls around, we will all still be recovering from Sean McDonough, who will continue to find new and unexciting ways to suck the life out of Monday Night Football. Okay, North America, thanks so much for all of your support. The Dave Dabbah Big Show, available everywhere. We are on Facebook, Twitter, The Sound of Cloud, Spreaker, and of course our big iTunes channel is blowing up. And our big announcement last week, we are now on iHeartRadio as well. So you can check us out in the podcast section. For the Dave Dabbah Show, I am Dave Dabbah, reminding you that not everyone can be a champion, Ron Rivera, but everyone, and I do mean everyone, can act like one can. And good luck, North America.